Alphabet becomes world's most valuable company. Samsung adds a default ad blocker on Android phones. Facebook cuts down on newsfeed clickbait, and more. It's Monday, February 1st, and this is Crunch Report. Well, hello! Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, just became the most valuable publicly traded company in the entire universe with a market cap of $558 billion. And that passes Apple, which sits at a market cap of $535 billion. In the company's fourth quarter, Alphabet saw $21.3 billion in revenue and earnings of $8.67 per share, which easily beat analysts' expectations. It was also the first quarter that Google broke out its Other Bets category, which includes things like hardware operations, the Nest Group, for example. So investors now have a better idea of how those projects are going. Google's Other Bets accounted for $448 million in revenue in 2015, which is up from $327 million in revenue in 2014. Losses got bigger too, though, jumping to $3.6 billion from $1.9 billion in 2014. Revenue was up 18% year over year, though in constant currency, it would have risen 24%, if not for current foreign exchange rates and the general economy, which is sort of trash. When Apple released iOS 9 last year, it added support for ad blocking within mobile Safari. Oh boy, was it controversial. And yesterday, Samsung added its own ad blocker in the default web browser installed on its Android smartphones as well. The update is rolling out now to devices running Android Lollipop and higher. Like iOS 9, it lets third-party developers build apps that block unwanted ads on the mobile web and strip out extra content from web pages, which also allows them to load faster and consume less data. Samsung's new content blocker extension API will only work on the company's own browser, though, not a third-party browser like Google Chrome, in order to work. But that covers a lot of people. The Google Play Store reports that Samsung's browser has over 10 million downloads, and that's in addition to it being pre-installed on Samsung devices. Now, when Apple first announced that ad blockers were okay and ad blocking apps started shooting up the App Store charts, some web publishers got a little scared that their bottom lines were in jeopardy. Samsung had a 22.2% share of the smartphone market in 2015, and this may lead other Android smartphone makers to offer ad blocking as well, which may change the mobile web that much more. Until today, Facebook ranked stories in the newsfeed with an emphasis on what you click and like and comment and share. But Facebook is now paying attention to another signal, what you actually want to see. Has run a series of surveys asking people basically what type of post they like and don't like in their feed, which could mean fewer stories with sensational headlines and stuff that's just generally unwanted. So if a photo or status is entertaining or otherwise good, it won't necessarily need you to like or comment on it or share it to show up to more people. If you run a page or a news publisher and you share content people want, you might get more referral traffic and reach this way. But if you're the type of page that tricks people into clicking into content, you might take a hit. This change to the algorithm keeps spammers from flooding feeds and all of us seeing bad marketing stuff and headlines that aren't accurate or just people overposting. Thanks, Facebook. Sounds good so far. Tablet sales continue to drop, everybody. According to a strategy analytics report, 224.3 million tablets were shipped last year in 2015. That number is down 8% from 2014. Numbers from IDC even worse, with an estimated 206.8 million tablets shipped in 2015, 10.1% decline from the previous year. Apple specifically saw a 24.8% year-over-year decline in tablet shipments. But Apple kind of solved its own revenue issue by focusing on higher priced tablets like the iPad Pro. However, IDC claims Amazon moved into the third spot in Q4 of last year, but Strategy Analytics lists Lenovo as number 3, then followed by Amazon. Either way, the shine appears to be kind of off on the tablet form factor, which is exactly what a lot of people predicted. VC firm Collaborative Fund is launching a new $10 million fund that's tied to Sesame Workshop, creator of Sesame Street and other children's programming, a fund that's focused on improving children's lives. Now, the fund is primarily targeted at the seed stage, which the new venture will invest up to $1 million in. So Collaborative Fund will lead the investments, and then Sesame Workshop executives will help select startups. Collaborative Fund invests often in companies that aim for social good, but is obviously still looking for financial return. Its profile includes Revolution Foods, working to put healthier food in public schools, and Hopscotch, watch a startup that teaches children how to code without them having to type words. And that is the report for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Sarah Lane. Our annual Crunchies Awards are happening 1 week from today, Monday, February 8th. If you want to buy tickets, you better do it now before we run out of them. Don't have many left. All the info is at techcrunch.com/crunchy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Crunch Report airs every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on techcrunch.com. You can also find us on iTunes and on YouTube, and we'll see you tomorrow.